Good morning children, how are you all? Hope you are all doing good. In previous class, in the last class, we started with a new lesson number 6, measurement. Lesson number 6, measurement. So far, we learned length and mass. How we measure the length, how we measure the mass, and what are the units to measure the length and what are the units to measure the mass, and all we learned in the previous class, isn't it children? So from this class, in this class we will going to learn about time, value and temperature. How we measure the time, how we measure the value, how can we measure the temperature, and what are the units of the time, value and temperature, and all we will going to learn in this lesson. So first we will move to the time. First, we will move to the time. Then, what is the unit of the time, children? What is the unit of the time? That is seconds. We will measure the time in seconds. We will measure the time in seconds. Then, what is meant by time? Time is the gap between two events. Time is the gap between the two events, children. Actually, time it is not a visible quantity. Time, that is, we can't visible that much because it is a time, it is the gap between the two events. For example, if you define a day, if you want to define a day, how you will define? The day is the time between sunrise and sunset, isn't it children? If you want to define a day, what is meant by day? It is a time between the sunrise and the sunset. Here you can find two events of time. First event it is sunrise, second event it is sunset, isn't it children? So the time is the gap between the two events. So we can define the time, that is, time is the gap between the two events. We will see one more example, children. If you have your birthday at this time, or today, if you have your birthday, next coming birthday, it is a time gap, isn't it, children? So the upcoming birthday, from this birthday, it is called 1 year. It has a two event. That first event it is today. Today it is your birthday, and next birthday it is a second event. So the two events, between the two events, the time is called year, isn't it? The time is called, the gap of the time, it is called year. So how we can define the time? The time is the gap between the two events. The time is the gap between the two events. And what is the unit of the time? What is the unit of the time? That is seconds. Usually we measure the time in seconds, minute and hour, isn't it children? Usually we measure the time in the seconds, in minute or in the hours also. And longer distance or longer time, the longer time that we measure in a week or month or a year. If it is a time gap between two birthdays, it is called a time gap of the year, correct? So the longer time can be measured in the year, week or in the month or in the month. So did you see the clock, children? Did you see the clock at your home? Yes, of course, you already see the clock. If you see the clock, you can see there are two hands in the clock, correct children? Usually you can see the two hands. One hand is some clock will have the three hands, some clock will have the two hands, isn't it children? If you see the clock. So what is meant by that hand? The shorter hand. If you see the shorter hand in the clock, it is measured or it is denoted, that is our hand. That is denoted as our hand. So the longer hand is measured, or longer hand is denoted as a minute hand, isn't it children? And one more hand is there, that is second hand. Some clocks have the second hands, some clock will not have the second hand. You can visible or you can hear only the noise, that is tick tick tick. The noise is coming from the clock, isn't it, children? That noise will refer the seconds. That noise will refer the seconds, children. So in the clock you will see two hands, one shorter hand, one longer hand. But the second hand, it is too much long. That the second hand it is, if the clock has the third hand, that the second hand it is very long compared to this hour hand and the minute hand. So the short hand it is denoted as hour and the long hand it is denoted as the minute. Isn't it, children? And the second hand, if you complete the second hand completes the one circle. One circle means it starts from 12 and end to 12. So it is called complete one circle. If the second hand completes the one circle, it means it completes the 60 seconds. It completes the 60 seconds. Then after the second hand completes the one round, simultaneously long hand slightly move 1 point forward, slightly move to 1 point forward, so that that means our hand move to 1 minute. That our hand moves to the 1 minute. So 60 minutes. If the long hand completes the one circle, then that is called 60 minutes. So 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. So that 1 hour means the short hand it will move 2 to 3 or 3 to 4 or 4 to 5. That is short hand moves 4 to 5 or 5 to 6. That is our hand. So the 60 minutes is equal to 1 hour. Then the 24 hour is equal to 1 day. So your day is divided into 24 hours, children. Isn't it? Already you know your day is divided into 24 hours. 12 o'clock p.m. That is from the afternoon begins. 12 o'clock p.m. From that point your afternoon will begins. Isn't it, children? So this is about the time. This is about the time, children. Next coming to the value. Next coming to the value. What is the unit of the value, children? What are the units of the value? The units it is called liters. Liters is the unit of the value. So value is the total space occupied by an object or a thing. What is meant by value? It is a total space occupied by an object or a thing. Usually we used to measure the value. We used to measure the value in the liters, kiloliters, or the milliliters. Even we can measure the air or any other gases, because air and gas has the value itself. Isn't it, children? Already you know air also has the value and other gases also has the value. So not only the liquid, oil, petrol, milk, water, not only these liquid items, gas also has the value. So gas also we can measure in the liters, kiloliters and milliliters. So here these are some standard instruments, children. We can measure the value with the help of these instruments. This is beaker or this is measuring vessels. So this beaker or this measuring vessels, they have marked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and so on. In the beaker also they will mark like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Like this they are marked in the measuring vessels and the beaker. By the help of this instrument we can measure the value. We can measure the value, children. So large values are measured in liters and kiloliters. The large values are measured in the liters and the kiloliters. The large values are measured in liters and kiloliters, and we will measure the smaller value in the milliliters. We will measure the smaller value in the milliliters, children, isn't it? So, special kind of jars or can or vessels like measuring can, cylinder, glass and flask are used to measure the value. Already I told these are the instruments to measure the value. Beaker, measuring vessels or cylinder. These jars are marked in milliliters and liters. They have already marked like 1, 2, 3, 4 liters, milliliters, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on, milliliters and liters. Previously they have marked in that previously they have marked on the jar or the beaker. So with the help of this mark or with the help of this number, we can easily calculate how much that is, how liter it is, or how kiloliter it is, or how milliliter the given value is, and all we can easily calculate with the help of these instruments. With the help of these instruments, we can easily calculate the value. Liquid to be measured is poured into these jars and the value is read from the mark. So that we have to pour the liquid. We have to pour the water or milk or gas in this jar. After pouring, we can easily calculate how much the given milk is, how much the given oil is measured, and all we can easily measure with the help of these instruments. So children, 1000 milliliters is equal to 1 liter. They have given some standard units, that is 1000 milliliter is always equal to the 1 liter. So 1000 liter is equals to 1 kiloliter. So 1000 milliliter is equal to 1 liter and 1000 liters are equal to the 1 kiloliter. These are the measuring units. Liter, kiloliter and milliliter are the measuring unit of the value, children. Is it clear? Then move to the temperature. Children. So temperature is an invisible quantity. Temperature is also an invisible quantity. Temperature is the measure of how hot or cold an object. What is meant by temperature? Temperature is the measure how the given object is hot and cold. How the given object is hot and cold, that is called temperature. A body at a higher temperature is hotter than a body at lower temperature. So there are some units to measure the temperature, children. So what are the units? First unit, that is called degree Celsius. So we can write it as here one dot and C, degree Celsius, and another unit called degree Fahrenheit. Degree Fahrenheit, we can write it as degree capital F. So there are the two instruments to measure the temperature. One is the degree Celsius and another one is the degree Fahrenheit. So we can write it or we can denote it as a symbol like degree Celsius, it is in the C. So here degree Fahrenheit, here degree we will mention with some dot, and Fahrenheit it is denoted as a capital F. So there is different kind of thermometers are used to measure the temperature. So temperature is measured with the help of the thermometer. How can we measure the temperature, children? With the help of the thermometer. With the help of the thermometer, we can measure the temperature. With the help of the clinical thermometer, we can measure our body temperature. So the temperature of the normal body is 37 degrees Celsius. So normal body temperature, normal human being's body temperature is about 37 degree Celsius or it is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. If you measure in degree Celsius, it is 37 degree Celsius. If you measure it in the Fahrenheit, it is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. These are the measurement or these are the temperature of the human body. What is the human body? The temperature of a normal human body. The temperature of the normal human body, that is normal human being have the body temperature at, that is 37 degree Celsius. If you measure in the Celsius, it is 37 degree Celsius. If you measure in the Fahrenheit, our body temperature or human body temperature, if you measure the human body temperature in the Fahrenheit, it is 98.6 degree Fahrenheit. If the clinical thermometer shows a higher reading, it means that the person has fever. If the clinical thermometer, if your thermometer shows more than 37 degree Celsius or more than 98.6 degree Fahrenheit, then that boy or then that girl or then that the human body has the fever. If my body temperature shows more than 37 degree Celsius, then I have a fever. Then I concluded that, oh yes, I have a fever. Like that only, if my body temperature shows more than 98.6 degree Fahrenheit, then I concluded that yes, I have a fever. So I have to meet the doctor. So this is about the clinical thermometer and the temperature, children. So a room temperature measures temperature in a degree Celsius. A clinical thermometer measures our body temperature in degree Fahrenheit or degree Fahrenheit, like this. So room temperature can be measured with the help of the room thermometer, children. The room thermometer, it is as given in this picture. This is the room thermometer. With the help of this instrument, we can measure the temperature of the room. We can measure the temperature of the room. With the help of this clinical thermometer, we will measure the temperature of the human body. With the help of this clinical thermometer, we will measure the temperature of the human body. With the help of the room temperature, if you want to measure the room temperature, we will use that room thermometer. We will use the room thermometer. So this is about your measurement, children. That is time, value and the temperature. Time, it is the unit of the time is called seconds. The unit of the value, it is liters. And the temperature, the unit of the temperature is degree Celsius or degree Fahrenheit. Degree Celsius and degree Fahrenheit are the units of the temperature. We will measure the temperature in degree Celsius and also we will measure the temperature in the degree Fahrenheit. We will use the clinical thermometer to measure the temperature of the human body. If you want to measure the room temperature, we will use the room thermometer. Okay, this is about the measurement. In the last class, we have learned that is length and the mass. What is the unit of the length? What is the unit of the length? That is meter, centimeter. Correct. So what is the unit of the mass? What is the unit of the mass? That is kilogram, gram, milligram and all the unit of the mass. Isn't it, children? So this is your new lesson, that is lesson number 6, measurement. Read the lesson thoroughly. Go through the lesson. Please read the lesson, complete lesson. If you have any doubts, please mark it with a pencil and you can ask me in the interactions class, children. Okay, when we have the interaction class, that time you will ask about this lesson. You will, if you have any doubts, you can ask the doubts in the interaction class. Before that, what should you do? You read the lesson. You read the lesson completely, and if you have any doubt, please mark it with the pencil. So in the next class we will move to the TB exercises of this lesson, children. We will move to the TB exercises of lesson number 6, measurement, from page number 178. That we'll do in the next class. Before that, what you should do, you should read the lesson completely. Okay, thank you.